The objective of this session is to talk through how to complete a paired samples t-test in SPSS. I have two reaction time tests, a simple visual reaction time test and a go-no-go reaction time test, and a sample size of 24 participants. In order to complete the paired samples t-test, I must first of all check the distribution of the data, as this is one of the assumptions. I'm going to go to the Analyze menu, Descriptive Statistics and Explore. There's a more comprehensive video on the normal distribution, which is already available online. In essence, move both variables over into the dependent list, click on the plots menu on the right hand side, add your histograms and your normality plots with tests, continue and OK. Your output appears in a new window. Our first table tells us the number of valid cases, 24, which is good, so we've not lost anyone. And then we get our descriptive statistics in this table here. We get some means and standard deviations, and our skewness and kurtosis values down here, which if you divide the skewness by the standard error of skewness, that value, that ratio check should be between +2 and -2. These first two are fine just by doing some quick mental arithmetic. And then looking down here, these two also follow that pattern. Shapiro-Wilk and Kogromov-Smirnov both reveal probability values that are greater than 0.05, which indicates normal distribution, whilst our histograms, QQ plots, and box plots all demonstrate a bell-shaped curve, and the circles following the lines fairly closely, with no outliers being identified within the box plots. So that means that we've met the assumption of the paired samples t-test. So we go to the Analyze menu, Compare Means, and here's paired samples t-test. Select both of the variables. I'm using the control button on my keyboard and my mouse to select both at the same time. Move them over into the test variables box and click on OK. The output appears in our output window. We get three tables. Paired samples statistics table, which has our means and standard deviation, which you saw before. This will be useful for calculating our effect size. Paired samples correlations table, which is part of the calculation of working out the t-test, and then more information that's been used in that calculation in terms of the mean difference, 104, that's the difference between 288 and 392, and standard deviation of that mean differences. You also get the standard error of the mean and 95% confidence intervals. The last three columns give us the results of our t-test. We get our t-test statistic number here, our degrees of freedom, and then the probability value, which is compared to a significance level. Now, I'm going to select all three of those tables and copy them and paste them into Excel, simply because that gives me greater freedom to conduct further analysis and in terms of showing you how I would go about presenting those results. First thing I want to do is calculate Cohen's d, which is the effect size criteria. There are many different ways of calculating Cohen's d, but a simple version is to work out the difference in the mean scores and divide that by the larger standard deviation. We have an effect size of -1.865, which is a very large number. Make these tables a little wider. Now I'm going to present my statistics in a text box. Alongside my table over here. So in terms of the result, this is what I have. T with 23 degrees of freedom is equal to -12.332, comma, D equals -1.865, comma, and then P less than 0.001. And I'm writing that value because SPSS has rounded the probability values down to 0. What I'm doing now is I'm making our statistics look and be presented in the right format, so all the letters become italic font and our degrees of freedom are subscripted. The conclusion that I should be reaching about this, there is a large, that is in relation to the effect size, significant difference in reaction time between the simple visual reaction time test and the no-go reaction time test, with the simple visual reaction time being faster. There we go. That's how I'd go about presenting and reporting paired samples t-test.